Agents, do you want to see what has helped me win 95% of my listing presentations? It's nothing special and something you can do super easily, implement today, and takes you less than 10 minutes of your time to win over a seller. And this is exactly what it is. It is a professional and honest Seller CMA marketing report. Okay. Now, that may sound boring, but let me tell you, this has been my secret weapon for winning sellers over for the past decade now. And here is exactly what we do, and probably what you do as well. You go out and you meet sellers at their house, you walk through the house, you find out everything you can about the house, and then it's your job to go back and create a professional looking seller CMA report to present to your seller what the market's currently doing, how much their house is worth, how you're going to market the property and get it sold. Who are the buyers that are going to be shopping for that property? And that takes us a lot of times agents to prepare. And that's why I've created through Real Estate CRM Pro the Seller CMA report that will take you less than 5 minutes to develop on your own. So let me get into it and show you exactly how to do this and why this is such a powerful tool. So all I'm going to do is come in here to my seller buyer reports and just click New Seller CMA. Once I'm in here, I'm going to go ahead and be able to assign any contacts. So say I'm working with John Smith today, and let's say that he is at, let's just find a random house here, 93 Somerton in Foley. We're going to do this one. So all I'm going to do is put the address in. You can see it autofills for me, which is kind of cool. I'm going to hit create and pull details. And now it's going to look for the last time this house is sold and all of its facts and see if it can find it for me. It did. It's a 3-bed, 2-bath, 1594 square feet, built in 2016, last sold in 2016 for 147,000. So I have all of my detailed facts right here about this property. Okay. Now, if I don't have these facts, I can go ahead and fill these out on my own. So if I walk the house and I know these details, maybe it was a new construction that's never been listed before and they're reselling it and we need to find out the details. Or if I have the previous listing sheet and I want to just upload that, I can do that as well. So that's kind of one of the cool options we can do. From here, there's a few things we can do. Client questions. So if the client had any questions or concerns, we can note those in here to make sure we cover those in our report. Seller report context. This is very cool. This is where we can type in any notes about the property we saw when we walked through it. So maybe this property had, let's just say, newly updated kitchen, renovated bathrooms, and freshly painted throughout. Okay, so I'm going to put in those notes of that's what this property had. But now this is going to be in the actual report for the seller to see. So I want it to sound like I know what I'm talking about. So I'm just going to do an AI cleanup on it and make AI put this in a little bit of a better verbiage here so I sound like I know what I'm talking about. So AI is going to say this property stands out with newly updated kitchen, beautifully renovated bathrooms, freshly painted throughout, offering a turnkey move-in ready experience for prospective buyers. So that made it sound a little bit better than what I just said. Same thing for marketing. If I want to put in certain marketing notes in this, I can say that, have AI clean up those for me as well. Then I can go to my manual comps. So with comps here, if I know what comps I want to use, I've already pulled them from the MLS. I can upload those listing sheets or the CSV files, and it's going to pull those comps in for me. Or if I don't have that and I just want to pull in comps, I can just hit this pull from data feed, and now it's automatically going to pull in comps. This one found 8 comps for me to use already. All right, so I'm going to look through and see what these comps are. Now AI has scored these comps based off of location, right? Proximity to my subject property, bedroom, bathroom count, square footage count, finishes. This is the best comp it found, 100 out of 100. It's a good match. This is also a good match. So it's showing me this is a 94 out of 100 match. So I'm going to go through, and anything that's a 90 or above, I'm probably going to keep. If it was less, I could get rid of them. But these all look like they're really good comps for me to use. So I can go through these now, and I can go and rate these. Or what I can do is I can do AI review comps. Okay. I suggest you use this, but I also suggest you check AI, right? Because as much as AI is a super powerful tool for us to use now, we also want to make sure that it's producing the right content as well. So I'm having AI review these comps, but I can also go through and I can look at these comps and see how I think they are. Are they the same as my subject? Are they better by a factor of 1, 2, or 3? Are they worse by a factor of 1, 2, or 3? And then how does that affect what their sold prices were versus what we should suggest our listing price be for our client? Right. So right now, the AI is going through here and it's reviewing our comps. And now it's just finished. And AI has reviewed the 8 comps. And now if I come down and see, it's rating this one as better by 1. And why? Larger square footage, but verify interior condition, roof age, right? So it's giving me a few things to do. This one it's saying is worse by 1. Smaller square footage. Subject property is superior with gold fortified roof. Okay. How about this one? This one here is a worse by 1, and it's telling me why. And if I don't like the way that these are written, okay, I can AI clean up this as well. Because again, this will be in the report, so I can clean up the wording for all of these to make it sound a little bit better. Now, this This little blurb that's right here is going to be improved by AI saying a little bit nicer. It's taking a second longer than it normally does. Let's let it do its work here though. Okay, and it's just cleaned it up. And now we can see it's got this comparable property, a smaller square footage. Additionally, your property spirit. So it's going to sound just a little bit more like you personally reviewing every single one of these. So that's kind of cool. Once I'm good and I've got my comps that I want, all I'm going to do is just hit save and generate. And that is where the magic happens. Now you can see comp ratings have been saved, and you can see that this report is now generating. So it may take a minute or two for this to generate. When it does, it's going to pop up a notice telling us that the report has fully been generated. Okay, so now we can see that it's finished generating, and it gives a regeneration. So if we wanted to recreate this report with some changes, we could. But all I'm going to do now is just hit this open. So this is going to give me the URL that I can use, and I'm going to open, and this is going to give me my seller report. So it's got the subject property image right here, property address, suggested listing price, right, the ranges, and then what we would suggest it to be listed at. It's going to have a little blurb about you as the agent and talk about you, just so your client knows if they don't know you already. The value story that we're taking to market, and how confident we are in our data. And then it's going to give an executive summary of this. So this comparison CMA for this property featuring substantial upgrades. So it's going to give this whole dynamic executive summary to your seller. It's going to tell them about what a CMA is. It's, again, going over their property address. Some of the recent features that have been done on this property, who this home is for, and how we'll frame it. So this is awesome. So this one, first-time home buyers and young families, retirees and downsizers. So we can let our seller know these are the two markets that we're going to aggressively attack to get to find a buyer for your property. And here's why these are going to be good buyer groups to target. Where the market stands today. So this is market stats. So the CMA, the Real Estate CMA Pro, pulls your market stats. Every single month, it's going to update these stats for you. So you have these freshly available and ready to use in your market report. It's going to talk about what does this mean, right? Like average ratio of 97%, meaning homes are closing 3% below final list price. So it's giving your seller an expectation of where it's at. 81.6% of recent sales closed below list price. So we're letting our sellers know what to expect, right? So if we have a list price of whatever is suggested here, 270, right? We may not sell at 270. We may sell at 97% of that. So it's telling your seller where the market's at, what to expect. So as we read through this whole thing, we're going to let them know what they should expect and where our expectations are for the house. It's showing, again, market stats, market directions by graphs. What buyers are choosing instead. So these are comps. These are the 8 comps that we rated through. It's showing the justification we gave. Is this one's better by 1? Why is it better? Because of this. This one's worse by 1. Why is it worse? It's worse because of this. So all of these comps are going to be in there. So your client can look through and be like, oh yeah, I thought my house was worth 500,000, but yeah, you're showing me these comps that are exactly the same as mine. And boy, yeah, you're right. Maybe the 270s is where I should be at. So it's going to really help your client understand why we're pricing the home the way that we're pricing it. It's going to give some pricing strategies, right? If we're aggressive and the seller needs to sell this thing today, maybe this is the price we want to be at. If it's aspirational and he doesn't mind testing the market and waiting a little bit, which is not recommended, he could list here where the market value is telling us to list. Realistic timeline, 30 to 60 days, right? So we're going to be able to talk about 3 different price points to market the strategy. I never like to push my seller into one specific price. I'll guide them towards where I want them to be priced at, but I'm going to show them the opportunities so that they can kind of have a good idea. But if this guy thought his house was worth 350 and he's seeing that aspirational is 320, it may put him in his place just by showing him this report. This talks about how we'll bring buyers to your door. So again, these are all customizable. These are things that we'll fill out before this report's even created. And we do it once, and it's going to be there for every report that we create. But if we want to make them different for every report, we can also edit them each time as well. So this is the report that I'm going to go through, and I'm going to walk through line item by line item with my seller, and I'm going to do this online. I'm going to email him this video. So I'm going to record a video just like I'm doing right from Real Estate CRM Pro. I'm recording this video, and I'm walking through, and I'm saying, hey, John, it's great to meet you at your house. I wanted to give you what my market research is telling me and how I think we should list your home. Here's the average list price of homes in your neighborhood. After going through everything, I really feel like 270 is the target price that we really want to be focusing on for listing your house at. And here's why I'm going to talk about that. And then I'll skip over this part because they've already met me, but they have this. They can go back and look at this and read a little bit more, right? And then I'll talk about, here's kind of the story that we're taking to market, the 270. We've got a pretty high confident data. Market context telling us the typical home values in Foley are selling at about 303 right now. And I'll talk about why your house is going to be at this. So I'll go through step by step, right? And I'll talk to them over all of this. And the key point of this is that when we sit down with sellers at their house and we show them a bunch of MLS listing sheets and this comp and this comp and this comp, they get lost. You're probably getting lost hearing me talk right now because there's so much information thrown at you at once. But when we can record a video, send it to our potential seller, and then they can go through and watch our video, see this, go back on their own and read through every detail of this report, it's going to make a lot more sense to them. Plus, they're thinking, boy, this agent really has their stuff together. Look at how professional this looks, right? And these are all customizable. You can change the colors of these. You can change the content of everything in here, but it's super easy. And I think if you watch that video, it was about a 5-minute time frame it took me from starting this report to actually getting it done. And again, I can go through and edit the story, edit the marketing, edit report. I can edit everything in this report, but this is the way I've won 95% of my listing presentations, by presenting something that was so concrete in where the price is, my expertise of the market, and letting them know that they can trust me, that I have their best interest at heart. So hopefully this helps. Cool tool to use, whether you're using Real Estate CRM Pro or not. This is a great tool to use. Make sure that you're getting these CMAs done the most professional way that you can.